Hey everybody, it's Lori with Behavior Education LLC, and I had the opportunity to tour the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo tonight with my husband and my parents. And I just want to say that overall we support the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. I have friends who are keepers there. When I was going to school for my applied science degree in zookeeping technology, I did lab days there and have visited the zoo many times and will continue to visit the zoo, and we support that zoo. But with that said, if I was in charge of the herp collection there, I would exhibit the snakes and some of the other reptiles differently. So enjoy the video, and it may sound like my mom and I are being critical, but we really love the animals and we want to see them treated in the best possible way, even though they're in a captive setting. And so if it was up to us, we would just have the snakes in more naturalistic enclosures and not necessarily even live enclosures with living trees and organic material, but just when I say naturalistic enclosures, I mean enclosures where they're able to exhibit their natural behaviors, such as burrowing, climbing, hiding, thermoregulating, swimming, depending on what species they are.
We're here tonight in Colorado Springs at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, and if we get a chance, I'm going to try to look at the snakes and shoot some footage of that I'll share with everybody.
Y'all gonna gang it up on you. We're all getting lit. Everybody's getting ready for you.
Stella, and Stella is an Indian star tortoise. Okay. So from the country of India and also the island of Sri Lanka. And she's a tortoise, not a turtle. The difference there is that the tortoise is an herbivore. So she's going to be happy with a salad, some fruits, some greens. Whereas a turtle would be more likely to eat maybe another amphibian, a lizard. Turtles are carnivores.
And how old is she?
She's probably in her 30s.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she's full grown?
She is full grown. This is as big as these tortoises get.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Go in the forest and eat up the rotting vegetation, clean it out, so they're very important. They come out at night, they're mainly nocturnal. And when they walk on you, just for the itches a little. Tickle.
Their faces are pretty intense. All right, I'm supposedly in Australia, in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and I haven't seen a carpet python yet, but here's a big alligator statue. So I'm inside the reptile house at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, and so far I've yet to see any snakes, but I'm looking. Okay, I'm inside what appears to be a snake room, and you guys will have to weigh in the comments about how you like these exhibits. I can tell you what I think of them. I'm not sure I like these exhibits. They're very unnatural.
Yeah.
So here I am in the reptile house at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo in Colorado Springs, and this seems to be one of their snake rooms. This appears to be a rosy boa, and I'm trying to decide how I like these exhibits based on whether the snakes are able to express natural behaviors or not. And there's a sign here that says this is a rosy boa. So I know that rosy boas like to hide, and sometimes they like to burrow. And so I would say based on its lack of substrate and its lack of an actual hide, I don't like this exhibit very much because the animal's not able to express any natural behaviors. Oh, here's one. So this looks like a corn snake, and at least I guess it has some sort of a hide, but it still doesn't appear that it has any way to burrow or get into a hide where it's hidden. So I'm just not really liking these exhibits, and I'm sure that they have these set up this way so that people can actually view the snakes. Here's a king snake, but I think from an animal welfare perspective, I'm not really thrilled with these exhibits because the animals can't fully express their natural behaviors, which the very basic would be hiding and thermal regulation. I'm not sure how they're doing that. The snake's coming out. This is another California king snake. But based on these exhibit styles where the animals aren't able to express all of their natural behaviors like thermal regulation, hiding, burrowing, climbing, if there's species that climbs, I'm not really thrilled with it. What do you think?
I do not like that they have these rocks here and nothing that they can burrow in, and there's nothing that they can hide in that's glass. So I wouldn't be a snake anymore.
There you have it.
They can have this set up for snakes during the day so people can see them, but not an all-time thing because to me it's uncomfortable for the snakes. Those rocks are just not acceptable. They don't have anything to really make them feel like they can move around and do a lot of things that stimulates them.
I agree. Well, mainly I'm concerned they don't have actual hides. And I know that they're doing this so that people can view the animals.
I know, but like I said, have it available during the day for a few hours, but not like this all the time. I don't like that at all. Now look at this. He's trying to burrow. And look at the rocks moving. That's not comfortable at all for a snake or enticing for their natural abilities.
That looks like a western hognose, which they do burrow. You know, the one we have at home at our facility, Hazel.
I know, but look, he can't burrow. There's his head, and he's trying and trying, but he can't burrow. See how you can still see his head?
Uh-huh.
Climb up in the tree.
Yeah, then you can crawl around, you can sit there and read your book while they're climbing around you. When I get rich, you can do that.
Make me a snake lounge
Yeah.
that looks like this.
That'd be cool.
They would love it. Benny would love this.
Yeah.
And these are the Burmese python exhibits.
That's a big one out there too.
Yeah, remember, that's the one we saw last time from the other side. And last
this
time,
one here
this
is
one
in the
was in the
water.
water. Yeah.
So I like this exhibit other than the animal doesn't have a hide.
I guess it gets up in a chair.
Well, that's not really a hide.
It has a chest here with that gear and stuff. Once the hide over here can get under there, the snakes have nothing like that. And see, this I don't even think is adequate for him. Oh wow, aren't those neat?
Mm-hmm.
They have the appearance of a snake, but they're not.
No, they're a lizard.
Yeah. That was on one of my programs the other day. Now look what his feet have.
I don't know.
Ball. Oh, now look at this one. He has water and he has wood things to get on in this thing right here.
No hide.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Just
to
like
climb
that
on.
one over. No, just these You can't climb on those round things. I guess you can lay on them, but.
Walking through the reptile building here at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, my mom and I decided that we don't like it. We don't think the exhibits are adequate to allow the snakes to express their natural behaviors.
No, there's rocks and there's no hides and they're just laying. You need to go to St. Louis Zoo.
So we walked all through the reptile building and this Australia exhibit, and I didn't see any Morelia, no carpet pythons, no Brettles pythons. Disappointing. Yeah, the tapir exhibit's nice.
Let's say the best we've seen.
This one, you think?
So far, yeah. What one did you think was better?
I don't know. I guess for one tapir, this is pretty big. So this is a blue-tongued skink named Daryl, who is 10 years old. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it does.
I was going that way.
Okay, so this is what they call the loft at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, and this is where people can come to get more interactions with some of the animals, and the habitats in here are much more species appropriate, where it looks like they have them set up so that they can express their natural behaviors. Yeah, so these snakes have hides, big water dishes, substrate, looks like they have thermal gradients.
See, this is much nicer. Why can't they do that in those other ones? Because people come in here.
Yeah, I don't know.
That one just the.
That's a Western hognose.
This is a little leopard gecko. This is Nisha. You're welcome to touch her here on her back with one finger. She's a real sweet little girl.
And how old is she?
You know, we're not sure. She came out of the Black Forest fire. She lost her home, she and her
Oh.
buddy down there, so they went into the Humane Society.
So my mom and I went up to the loft at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, which is where they keep the outreach animals, which is some small mammals and reptiles. And we talked to one of the keepers there named Jeannie, and asked her if she also worked in the reptile house, and she said she did. And I asked if those snakes ever got to leave their glass exhibits. And she said that they have a basement. Jeannie told us that the snakes that are on exhibit in the Scoots reptile house get to go down into the basement into off-exhibit enclosures, which are more naturalistic and have hides and things in them where they can express natural behaviors.
She tried to tell us that they have them in those containers upstairs with the rocks and everything, because then people are going to go, oh, those snakes are so beautiful because look at those pretty rocks and the snakes in the rocks, and they're going to automatically have better feelings towards snakes. I personally don't believe that. I think the only way people get over their fear of snakes is interaction with them and someone showing them and telling them about snakes.
I think it's better to see the snakes exhibiting their natural behaviors, not in a glass enclosure with glass rocks and glass and ceramic decorations in it. But I was happy to hear that those snakes are not left in those enclosures all the time, and that when they're off exhibit, they're in a more naturalistic, more traditional captive enclosure.